What's happening, everyone? I've made it to video 3. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in the market today. The main point of interest is tonight the Bank of Japan is talking about the interest rate. And now, are we going to raise it? They're going to keep it the same, or they're going to lower it? Now, if you can look back, this is the Bank of Japan interest rate, and I've overlaid it with the Bitcoin chart. Let's take this volume off here so you can see it. This has been forever low because Japan has an issue with their currency. So they keep this low. Now, every time, and it's been historically low for years and years and years, and they've just started increasing it now. But the problem is, with these interest rates that Japan offer, people will take out loans in the Japanese yen and then, for basically nothing, stick them into stocks and equities and cryptocurrencies and basically get a free loan, bring back the massive returns. It's such a good way of doing it for the institutions, but if Japan start increasing the rates, which they've just started doing, you know, they were in negative rates, now they're above. You see, as soon as they increase it, you get a dump down. Initial dump down after a few weeks, just because the institutions are unwinding. They are then selling back their stocks, their risk-on assets, and then they're paying back off the loans because they don't want to be paying interest on them. Now, it carried on again, and what happened last time? They increased it again. And look at the reaction. Do you remember this low on Bitcoin? You would have heard something about the Japanese yen in the news. And that big pull down. That was in a couple of weeks and it dropped 31%. So everyone's just a little bit spooked because once this comes out here, it's either going to stay the same, which will be good, or ideally lower. But if they increase it, I'm sure you'll get a sell-off here. So, and the sell-off will be just take it back down to the range low. So a lot of people are panicking, freaking out, but this is why we stay calm. We analyse the charts, we know the moves, and we just, you know, I don't expect all these things. I don't expect Bitcoin to go to the moon, so I don't get my expectations shattered every 30 minutes when the price moves around. For me, I look at it, price has moved up on the weekly, we're now in a range. So, we either break out, we stay in the range, or we break down. So, right now we're in the range. If this interest rate hike goes up, then, oh, well, what happens? Bitcoin flushes down to the range lows. Or they might even sweep the lows and then test the bull market support band. So, let's just have a quick wee look to see the move. 15-20%. Yeah. You don't let the market play with your mind. It's designed, once you understand, it's designed to chew you up. If you can just outlast everyone else, then you're already winning. But the Bitcoin chart is looking good. It's in a range. Until it breaks this range and closes below this range, what's it going to go? It's going to go into here, and then it's going to hit the bull market support band. That's fine. Let it retest the bull market support band if it wants to. You know, it's price it moves in its own way. You can't control it. You just watch it. Look at the bull market support. Holds, 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 holds. Plays around, goes through. Look, hasn't even come back to touch it yet. So I might just want to come back, wick into it, then go off again. But there's still so much support, and we're still that, we're literally, this is the crazy thing when people freak out here, and we're literally 4% off the all-time high. It's like, come on guys, we need to get this into perspective. It's not that bad. So what we'll do is we'll keep on monitoring it. We're in a range. This is the middle of the range. You can see how this has worked. If I put it onto the daily, it definitely shows it a bit better. The dotted line. It's the middle of the range, top and bottom. See, touch, up, down, down, up, test, test. And right now it's right in that wee top of the range, holding above 100, holding above the 102 Fibonacci, the 102,000. We're good. We're at the top of the range at the all-time high. There's no need to panic. This is what I'm here for, because if you're new to the markets, things like this will freak you out. And it used to freak me out as well. And once I found a couple of good guys just to help talk to me and explain things, it made things so much easier. So that's how Bitcoin's looking. I just thought I'd start off with that with the Bank of Japan. Oh, I've got a wee thing here. I was watching the Trump at the World Economic Forum, and I remember distinctly he said something along the lines of he's going to demand immediate rate cuts, which, oh my god, that is that will send the markets crazy. So let's hope something like that happens. I'll have a quick check on how things doing. Let me just remove this interest rate now. S&P 500 moving up. Nasdaq moving up. ETF for the home builders up. Russell up. Gold up. And we're at less than 5% away from the Bitcoin top range. Do you want, is there any better market conditions right now? So we've looked at that. Let's have a quick look at the total. Very similar to Bitcoin. I had a break, retest and consolidating, but I've also added in the range as well. So I could actually probably make this a little bit better for you guys. From here, it's just a parallel. Cool. Go down. So you see how it respects the middle of the range. Comes down, comes down. Test, holds up, holds up, holds up. I'll keep this trend line in the now, but for me, I'll probably end up moving this in a couple of days as it moves from a breaker trend potentially into a range, and then we see where it goes from there. Bitcoin dominance, that is starting to move up. Now this will be with the bit of the fear of the Bank of Japan. What's going to happen here is there's going to be a potential dump. So when that happens, people move into Bitcoin from their alts, because Bitcoin will drop less than the alts if something's going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still in cryptocurrency. That is at the high risk mark, but Bitcoin's a little less risky than the alts. But for me, I'm looking for high, lower high, lower high. So it might come up to test this peak here. So this is quite interesting because you have this huge trend line here that's coming up. It's tested it and it might come up again to retest it. But you also have a double top. So you've got resistance here in terms of the horizontal, and you've got a huge resistance here. So that is like double glazing on a window, It's two sections that price has to get through, which makes it even more difficult. So right now, we're looking for a lower high, but we might have to move this up and say double top. And that'll be quite a common pattern for a come down, up, double top, and dump. So keep an eye on it. This is what we do. Every day we check in, because the markets give something new every day, and every day we get a piece of the puzzle. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Ethereum priced, basically Ethereum against Bitcoin. Who's leading? Bitcoin's outpacing Ethereum because this is dropping. That is the pivot point of the low. Now will it come in, touch it? Who knows? We've got this big support here, might come down, but this is the area, I think, where Ethereum's going to bottom. I don't know where, but it's going to form its bottom around here for sure. So others, so this is basically the alt market against Bitcoin. How's it doing? You can see the alts against Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just been outperforming them all the way down, all the way down. But it gets to a point where things reverse, and then the altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin. This is the year to do it. And you can see here, they've broken out on this wedge, so it might come down to test this. So I'll probably just get rid of this. And let's keep it on the big picture. Double, it comes down low, double bottom, sweeps the low. This is very common. And then up and coming back down for a potential higher low or a double bottom. But something similar to what I was talking about there is we have this huge trend line and a huge double bottom, and price is going into this area. It's basically reinforced concrete because there's two things. So you've got Bitcoin dominance getting into reinforced concrete. Looks like it's going to potentially go down if that happens. And resistance, and you've got the others, the alt markets, about to go into reinforced concrete at the lows. And if it bounces up, that means alts are outperforming Bitcoin. This is what we are literally here for. As soon as we get maybe a touchdown here, up, break through this, and off we go. That is alt season. That's when you basically, it's mad. You'll not sleep for days because price will just be moving so hard. You and your friends will be creating groups trying to get every coin. It'll just be absolute carnage. It's the best part of the 4-year cycle. But you have to keep level-headed, as exciting it is. Because otherwise you go away with it. Total 3. Still looking at it. Still got the cup and handle playing out. Do we need to adjust it a little bit? Might just let it like that. Give it some room. See how things develop. The others market. See how this is coming right into a point. This chart to me is it's just so bullish. Again, holding above this main trend line. Let me just take these alerts off. Holding above the wedge. Retesting the 50%, retesting the EMAs. Found itself into the pennant, the daily. Look how it just keeps on tapping that wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to come down, maybe tap again. But there's only so long I can do it before it needs to break. End of January, start of Feb. This is going to break. So, and you can see the bull market support coming right up here. So you're going to have this trend line, this blue trend line, the bull market support bands, the 200 EMA. That is going to be, that's like, we talked about reinforced concrete. That's now going to be, I don't know, a lot more concrete. So it's all looking good. And you can see here others dominance coming to the bottom of the channel, bottom of the trend line. Test that and get back up again. Let's see how things look. See, just following it along. I'm on the weekly. I'm not panicking. I'm just, unless the charts say to you, get out of the market, then don't get out of the market. You just have to hold on, and you just get dragged around. It's like bodgums. I don't know if you have that in different countries, but there are these little, like, what would you even call them? Little almost go-kart type things with rubber protective barrier around it, and you just bash each other into it. You just get thrown around. You're getting thrown left, right, up, down. That's the crypto market. But as long as you're strapped in and you're sitting down, you're going to be alright. Again, we're following this USTD dominance. This is just basically the dollar in crypto. Once people start dumping the dollar, buying crypto, they exchange the dollar dominance. So they exchange the dollar into crypto, the dominance of the UST goes down. And this is the big move we're waiting for. So you can see all the charts are pointing to it. We're all getting somewhere with it. And it's just a case of being patient. Here, a couple of my notes. Just take these. And I treat these charts like, I do the technical analysis on them as well, but I'll write notes on them. I kind of almost treat them as a kind of ideas panel. I'll put some things on, I'll delete them off. It's just your thoughts on how the market is and where things are going. But this is what we're looking for. We're looking for this to close. We get this to close, and that is a very good first step. We've got the break of the trend. Now this is starting to create a bull flag. The bull flag's a pattern where it jumps down, it creates a flag. In this case it's going to be an upside down flag, and it moves back down again. And that normally happens on the 5th, 6th, 7th day. Right now it needs to develop into a full pattern, but it's showing signs of creating this bull flag, which is a good thing. In fact, if I just invert this, let's just see if I can. I thought there was an easy way to invert the charts here, but no. I'm sure there is an easy way, but I'll find it for next time, and the bull flag will look so much more obvious. But we've got the daily down, strong bar. We've potentially got the weekly. We've got one more day left. We get a close here on the weekly. It's looking very good because we've got the weekly doji candle. This is when you basically have equal wicks either side and a small body. That is the reversal candle on the weekly. We've got the close potentially of the trend on the weekly, and we've potentially got a 3-month candle top and tail. It's all coming together. This is what we're here for. And Ethereum, how's it looking? Has it formed the shoulders yet? It might not even form this shoulder. It might just trail down here, come down, double bottom. But what I like to do is just put in some patterns. So when I come back to it, I keep my eye on it. Okay, there's a potential head and shoulders. If this starts coming down here and breaks this low, then that head and shoulders is gone. And we start seeing what else we can do. But right now, yeah, it's still above the support band. Let's see how things get on. So in terms of, here's a good one. Google Trends. This is starting to move up very quickly as well. This is what we want to see, because similar to the exchange money, the money is coming into exchanges. The searches on Google are coming up. So if we go in the past, say 5 years, that was peak. when it gets to 100. What's it at now? It's at 36. So we're going to see this go to 100 in the bull market. And we're at 36 now. Sorry, we're at 48. We're halfway there. See how much room we've got. See how much room there is to send this up. We're getting the volume, the retail, which is people like me and you. We're Googling it, how are we going to get crypto? It's all coming in. Fear and greed, getting frothy. Nothing too crazy in the liquidations. But you can see, remember, I don't know if you were listening yesterday, how I talked about the range and what it's designed to just build up liquidity at the top and bottom. What's it doing? It's building up the liquidity on the top of the bottom. So, this is how it does it. This is liquidity. Starts building up, building up. Building up, building up. Sweeps the top, sweeps the low, sends it up, resets the market, takes everyone's money, and off it goes. It's brutal, but that's exactly how things are done. So, let's see what the Bank of Japan say tonight. We'll know that tomorrow, depending on where you are, and we'll see how the market reacts from that. You know, it will dip if it rate hike. You know, look, we go through that move and it goes up. We go through the move and it goes up. So it's just short-term volatility. If it goes up, might just come down bottom range and test it. So we'll see how things go tonight, and then we'll be back there tomorrow. So, you know, anyone wants me to do any alts, let me know. Comment if you want, and I'll be here tomorrow. So speak to you then. Have a good one. Cheers.